Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's Cynicalex. And today I want to talk about the Great Alliance Challenge. But before we get into that and the top 10 finalist alliances, which is pretty fantastic because I know some of them, I want to briefly discuss why I'm not talking about the leaked patch notes. If you want to see an actual discussion of those, I did do it for a couple of hours on Twitch, so you can go back and see the VOD. It'll be up for the next like 30 days or whatever. But the reason why I didn't want to make a video about it is because they're not official notes. While they may have come from Netmarble in some capacity, they weren't intended to come out yet. And obviously the fact that they took them down and then apologized for the kind of early leak or the early post indicates that this was obviously an accident. And so I don't want to highlight an accident. I don't want to put the spotlight on someone who feels embarrassed or, you know, did something that they weren't intending to do, especially with still a week to go before Infinity War. Additionally, they always release the patch notes before the update, so whether I talk about it now or whether I talk about it in a week, it won't make a difference. You will still have the same amount of control over what happens just before the update. You can spend crystals or you can save them, and no amount of discussing and talking is going to change that. So I just wanted to make that clear for you guys, and I just wanted to explain my stance on why I feel as though it's kind of in poor taste to do a video about that, for me at least. But if anyone else wants to do it, that's fine. Moving on to the actual topic of today's video, which is the Alliance Challenge. I was pretty excited to go ahead and read a lot of the posts that people went ahead and put up on Mobarum for the Alliance Challenge. It was really fun actually seeing what a lot of people were doing, and I believe what ended up happening was that a lot of people or like a single member would post, and then other members from their alliance or members that had been in their alliance in the past would go ahead and post follow-up messages and replies explaining and kind of further justifying why their alliance was great and why they should be chosen for the top 10. So I want to just congratulate all of the alliances that took the time to post things and reply, because I think it's really great, and it shows that the game is still quite lively and there's a very strong community, and that people like doing things that are even outside of the game, in this case on the forums, to represent themselves in the game. And I think it's a great thing to do. I think we should have these kinds of events that are kind of cross, you know, forum to game and vice versa more often. I think they would be very fun, and I think it would bring people together, and it would make alliances a more meaningful experience overall for everyone. And there would be more incentive to stay with your alliance and to build relationships with them and actually know who you're playing with, not just, you know, 39 other ghosts. But on to the top 10, which is kind of the more important part now. They've chosen the top 10 alliances. I have to say I was most excited to cover this because the first alliance that was chosen there on the list, Fury's Left Eye, that's my old alliance. I haven't been there for maybe about a month now because of commitment issues. I was having a hard time playing Alliance Conquest and sticking around for that, and so because they wanted to be competitive in all of those attacks, they decided to switch me out for someone else. It's just a temporary thing. I'll be back there soon for the impending Infinity War update, but they got chosen along with 9 other alliances. So big shout out to Go Indonesia, Good Neighbor, Heroes Unite, Himitsu, Keisha, Pupetto BJ, Surgeons, Team Extreme, The Reavers, and Time of Assassins. Extra big shout out not only to the representative Arxiez, sorry if I mistook your name, but I've played with him for a long time. He's a stand-up guy, very good team player, and just super humble. And that's one of the most important things to find in someone who has Extreme Alliance battle scores like this guy, because it's so easy when you're scoring, you know, 10 million, 11 million, whatever. It's very easy to just get ahead of yourself and, you know, get big-headed, get egotistical, and think that because you're number 1 or number 2 or number 3, you run the alliance. Never been like that. He's always been a solid guy, great character, and I'm really happy that he obviously was the chosen representative. In addition, XF Ninja Dragon, I gotta put a little highlight on him. A big fan of the channel and of the live streams, and he's been a supporter of me and of what we do here for a long time. So I'm pretty hyped to see a bunch of names that I recognize, and I'm excited to see who's going to win, because I basically have 2 horses in this race. So there's a 1 in 5 chance that somebody that I want to win, that I'm rooting for, actually pulls through. Now, what are the challenges that these alliance members have to partake in? So keep in mind, it's not the whole alliance that needs to do this, it's just those 10 representatives, so 1 from each alliance. Well, what they need to do during the event period, which is going to end pretty soon, if you see here by the period date, it's got about a day left, or a day and a half. They have to do Alliance Battle Extreme. They have to donate gold to their alliance. They have to spend their alliance tokens that they collect through donating, those red tokens. And then they need to post a screenshot on Mobirum, which is the forum that I'm on, showing the alliance's name to prove that they're in the alliance, kind of as a identification process. And then the rewards, if you complete all the challenges, 1,000 crystals for all alliance members. So that's wild. We'll see if it's for all 10 alliances or if it's just the one chosen winning alliance. It's a bit unclear as to whether or not it's going to be those or just the one. But either way, we're getting between 4,000 and 40,000. Sorry, not 4,000. Between 40,000 and, I guess, 400,000 crystals, you know, distributed amongst Marvel Future Fight players, which is a pretty wild number when you think about it, if my math is correct. As far as the challenges themselves go, obviously they're not that difficult. They all revolve around Alliance gameplay, which is pretty much to be expected. You wouldn't do an Alliance mode and then ask the players to complete Shadowland. It would be cool in future events, if Netmarble and the devs are taking notes, if you added further restrictions, you know, clear Alliance Battle with only Tier 1 characters, clear Alliance Battle Extreme and score over a certain number of points with one of these 5 characters, with someone from Guardians of the Galaxy, with someone from the Avengers, with someone from the X-Men, and have these kinds of different additional restrictions that would make it really fun. You could even assign specific characters to each person in the top 10 to make it even more interesting. There's a lot of ways they could go with this. I mean, even to the point of, and I know this is stretching it a little bit, but in a lot of games now they have a recording feature. So if they had the recording feature available in Marvel Future Fight, which I believe they have for iOS, you could also require or ask of the participants, the challengers, to record their gameplay and upload it, and that could create a whole other paradigm where you could have the list of potential challengers here on the main page, for example, and then you could follow a link and watch their videos of their uploaded gameplay to be then judged by the people, whoever's running the event on Mobirum or through the devs, in order to choose a winner. You could even have a voting system similar to the ones that they have in Alliance Tournament, where you give thumbs up, and it's kind of a mini popularity contest. I think there's a lot of different ways that they could explore this and enhance it and expand it to be a really fun thing that's done not regularly, but kind of once every few months, to kind of just breathe life back into it. Because I think that Netmarble and Marvel Future Fight has had alliances in the game for so long. And I think that's one thing that this game does very well, is that it's established the alliance as a core piece of your game enjoyment, and it's a core foundation of every player's journey, is to get into an alliance and stay there for the alliance bonuses, for the alliance battle and stuff like that. But I think they've kind of slowed down, and I think Alliance Conquest needs to be better. And I think that if they make things like, even if they made timelines somehow connect back to the alliance, it would be great. I think if there were more gameplay pieces that related to or directly involved your alliance members and other alliances, it would be fantastic, because I think that's one of the huge strengths of Marvel Future Fight, is that alliance capacity. 40 members, alliance store, and all that kind of stuff. Even playing co-op with your alliance members, now that they took away the line option for co-op. And so I think it would be excellent, and I think this might be, hopefully, the first stepping stone into more alliance-centric game modes and enhanced or improved alliance game modes like Conquest, like Tournament, and Alliance Battle that we've been asking for quite a while now. So my kind of congratulations and good luck to the 10 participants in the 10 challengers. Obviously, I have a couple of winners that I would hope to see, but who knows? We might have 10 winners, and then that's great. Just more crystals for everybody. That makes me happy at the end of the day. But let me know what you guys think of the Alliance Challenge. Let me know if you were one of the 10 alliances chosen. Maybe you want to shout out your alliance in the comments below. We'll see who gets the most thumbs up. I don't know. And let me know what you think of having more and an expanded and a more important role for the alliance in the game, or if you think it's good where it is, or it should be scaled back even. Hit me up in the comments below. Subscribe if you enjoy the content and you want to support me. Hit the bell if you don't want to miss any of my content. And of course, if you like what you see, I hope to see you again tomorrow. Take care.